Hey guys. Okay. First off, I just want to say welcome. I am super excited that you guys are here. My name is Sarah Axton, and we wanted to pull you in here tonight just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea about who we are and what we do and why we even ended up here in the first place, because most of us probably didn't ever think that we would be here, and yet we're sitting here and we're sharing this with other people and benefiting from it with our family and with our own health and on our own journeys. So I want to welcome you guys tonight and give you a little bit of a layout of what's going to happen in the group. All right, there's a few of us in the group here that you can see, and we are each going to be talking a little bit about our own story and a little bit about something in the coaching that has really touched us. So we wanted to kind of pull you into that so that you could get an experience about our community and why we love it so much and what keeps us here and has helped us really grow. So I'll start with a little bit about my story. My own personal journey actually started shortly after I had my fourth child. I had been going to the gym for a couple of years. Yeah, 4 children. I know, crazy, right? And I honestly was doing pretty good and I was kind of happy, but I had like 5 to 10 pounds that I just couldn't lose. And I had been a personal trainer in the past, so I knew what I was doing at the gym and I just couldn't figure out why I couldn't get rid of those last 5 pounds. It was like driving me crazy because I never wanted to be that mom that gained 5 pounds with every single child. I mean, shoot, with 4 kids, like I could just keep going from there. So I actually was talking to a friend of mine who I didn't know it at the time, but she was a coach and she was chatting with me about this great program that she was doing at home, and she was able to do it with her kids there. And I was like, wait, what? And I saw her, her go through this journey. I kind of followed her a little bit, and she kept sharing her experiences with us, and it was like, wow, this girl has made some great progress and she's doing it all from home. She never stepped foot in a gym, and I was spending my whole mornings like trying to get to the gym and back and putting my kids in the gym daycare, and I was all stressed out, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna go for it and try what this girl is doing. So long story short on that, I ended up going for it. I went with a program and a trainer to start who I fell in love with, who I absolutely adore. And she's actually just come out with a new program that I'm doing now. So it's super exciting. And I lost 14 pounds. So it was more than I went in to lose over the course of 3 months. So that was really a blessing. And shortly after that, about a month later, and a little bit of backstory is I have had trouble with my stomach for years, and after my third baby, had some major problems with it. I have something called ulcerative colitis, and it just kind of kept popping its head up, and after the babies, it really stuck around. But about 4 months after joining and deciding to go for this, I started having no problems with my stomach anymore. And so for me, I was like, wow, my health has really just improved. And I kind of took a chance, and I asked my husband, I was like, honey, do you think maybe I should try and get off of these like 12 medications that I'm on like every single day? And he was like, hey, yeah, why don't you go for it? So again, a long story short, I ended up going off my meds at that point and a few months into this journey, and I have not been back on meds since for my condition. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee this can happen for anybody else for sure, but I can just tell you that from many other people that I've spoken with stomach issues, a lot of them have cleared up with the products that we use and with taking care of yourself, your sleep, your nutrition and all that good stuff. So for me, it's really been a change in my life. And I was at a point where I remember my youngest daughter, who was barely old enough to speak, saying to me, Mommy, you're dying. And that is how sick I was, because when she looked at me, she saw that. And it literally, like, she was right. She was right. I was dying, and I wasn't going to do that anymore. And that was when the switch came, and I had to find something. And fortunately, this is what I found, and that's one of the wonderful reasons why I stick around. Not only do I take better care of myself in terms of, sleeping better, but I'm eating better than I was, and I thought I was eating pretty good before, like I really did. And my stress level has all gone down. So, I mean, honestly, this journey for me has been a lot about health and about sharing that with other people. And not only for me keeping control of my health, but for really being able to share that with other people and help them get to a really healthy place in their life. So that's a little about me and my story and why I'm here. I do want to pass it over to Mary Ann. Mary Ann is going to talk to you guys a little bit about our community. So,
Right before Marianne goes, I just want to tell you guys, you're going to have a lot of information tonight. You're going to hear a lot of different stories. We hope that you relate to one of us. And not only will you get the gift of being able to be a coach and change people's lives if you sign on, at the end, anybody who decides to sign on will get a welcome gift from their coach too. So hang on till the end. You'll get details. Pay attention. We really hope that we really appreciate your time being here, and I hope this will change your life just like it changed ours. All right, sorry, Marianne, go ahead.
That's okay. Hey, everybody. I am Marianne, as they said. I just want to give you some information and some background about me and how I got started with this community. I am a mom. I have 2 little children. I have a son who is 9, and my daughter is 6. I am also a PE teacher, and I work at the elementary school, so lucky me, I get to work with little kids all day long. So it actually is a lot of fun, but it is very busy. So I've been coaching now for 4 years. I actually started out as a discount coach. I absolutely loved the products when I first started, and I decided to be a discount coach because I wanted to stay on Shakeology and be able to save some money. Obviously, we all want to save money. So then I decided that I loved the community so much that I wanted to jump in and be more of a coach where I was helping more people. So that's when the community really stood out to me. When I first jumped in, I jumped in with T25. And Sean T was my favorite. He's my guy. I love him. So I loved his program, and the challenge groups were just amazing. And before I did Beachbody, this is kind of a side note, I was the gym fanatic. I used to go to the gym with my husband 5 to 6 days a week, and I loved the gym environment. I'm a PE teacher. I knew what I was doing. I loved it. It made me feel great. But then I had kids, and a lot of things changed when I had kids, and they all say that it does, but it really does. And what had happened was after I had my son, I tried to take him to the gym with me. And unfortunately, he was not the easiest baby. And then when he became a toddler, he became more and more difficult. So when he was about 3.5, we did some testing, and we found that he had ADHD, he had anxiety, he had some sensory issues. So going to a real loud place with him was a no-go. I just couldn't do it. I felt bad. He would cry. It just wasn't fun. And at the same time, we had my daughter. And she was an infant, and that it was just not happening. So that's literally when I found the community. And when I jumped into that first challenge group, I literally was hooked. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't believe that there were so many people out there doing this from home. I like Amy, I wasn't a believer in that to get a good workout at home. I literally said that. Can't get a good workout at home. There's no way. So, but then I jumped in and I saw all these people who were just like me, busy moms, busy family, busy dads. There were some men in there too. And they were all doing it. They were sharing their struggles. They were telling us everything that was going on. We were able to support each other. We were able to struggle together and, work it out with each other. And it was just amazing to me. It truly was amazing to me. And I literally fell in love with the whole vibe. And I never wanted to not be part of a challenge group. So I always wanted to be in there, and I kept going to the next one and the next one and the next one. And then my coach was like, you need to run your own now. I really think you should run your own. And I'm like, no, no way, that's not happening. I love being in yours, and this is great. But then I jumped in with another, I jumped in and I did my own, and it was awesome. And that's when I started to meet. I mean, I already had the awesome community of the challengers, and being part of that was excellent, and I loved it, and I wanted more and more and more. And then when I became a coach, more of like running my own groups, and started getting paid to do that and help other people, that just took the whole thing to another level completely. I met the most amazing people. All the people that you see in this group, I did not know before Beachbody. Some of them live right near me, but I didn't know them. Some of them are my best friends now. We hang out together. Our kids play together. We meet each other at trampoline parks. Like it's awesome. And being part of that community was even above and beyond what I ever expected. I mean, the coaches are all not only trying to build themselves up, but they're helping other women and other people do the same thing. And that, for me, I mean, I'm a teacher and I try to instill this in students and little kids, but to have a group of women and adults that want to do that for themselves and others, and there's just nothing better than that. All kidding aside, it was amazing. We support each other. We lift each other up when we're feeling stressed and sad, or if we're having a hard time with our workouts, we can't get our nutrition on track and we're slipping up. We're there to help each other out. We have each other's back, and that part of this community is something that I never want to give up. In all honesty, this business is what you make it. You can be a discount coach like me. You can run your own groups like I do and the other coaches do. That's the beauty of this. It's what you want it to be, and it's so positive and uplifting. And there's not many jobs out there where you get that. You're not just, there's no cattiness, there's no like making each other feel bad. It's more helping each other out and lifting each other up, and who doesn't need that? I mean, even if this is a hobby for you, or if it's just something fun you want to try and you're thinking about it, you're not going to regret it, because you're going to gain something from it no matter what. Even if it's this awesome community that you're part of, the support for your own journey. I mean, there's something here for everybody, and I really believe that everybody needs this in their life. And honestly, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I hope you feel my passion for it, because it's there. And I think you guys would love our community, because it is so positive and it's uplifting, and you're not alone. We're all in this together and we help each other, which is great. So that's what I have to say. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to ask, post them in the comments section or the chat section. And next up is Maggie. She's going to be talking to you about another amazing thing, personal development, and how that can help you too.
Hey guys, all right. So my name is Maggie, and I have been a active coach for a little over a year. And I actually joined because of my beautiful, wonderful friend, Amy, who's on this call tonight. And I had just had my second baby. There was no way that I was going to be having any time to get to the gym. And I knew that I needed some type of outlet to, get back into shape and just start to feel good about myself and my body. I had gained a little bit more weight with my second pregnancy. I didn't really eat very well, and I hardly really exercised. So that kind of took a toll on me, and I needed something. So I joined my first challenge group, and I joined with a mixed martial arts program, which I actually didn't think I was going to love because I've never done anything like that before. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I have to do something. I have to try it. I can't really say I'm not going to like it if I've never tried it before. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let me go ahead and join. And if anything, I will, feel good about myself and kind of, get back into shape. And after a month, I got amazing results. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm like, home workouts really work. This is so amazing. And I just started to feel better about myself. My clothes started to feel better. I was feeling more confident, and I couldn't wait to try more programs that were available. And I couldn't believe that you can get these kind of results from working out at home. I used to spend like 2 hours at the gym before I got married and before I had kids. God knows what I was doing for 2 hours. So it's like I kind of had that misconception that you just can't get a good workout from working at home. Totally not true. I don't think I can ever go back to the gym. I love to just be able to be home with my boys because I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 little guys. So this is very convenient for me. I don't have to worry about babysitters. I don't have to worry about, taking them to the gym and then trying to, enroll them in some kind of daycare there where you have to pay extra. So this just kind of fits my life really well. And one thing that I just really loved was just to have the support and the accountability from everybody in the challenge group. It just allowed me to keep showing up every day, and I wanted to keep showing up. I wanted to keep showing up for myself, and I wanted to keep showing up for other people. So that's a little bit about me and kind of how I got started, and why I love this this opportunity. And I have always wanted to be a coach and help other women to feel better about themselves. So this actually came at a really perfect time for me. And I was actually getting laid off from my corporate job. So everything kind of just aligned in a perfect way. But what I wanted to speak on today is actually personal development. That is actually one of our vital behaviors. And I think it's actually one of the most important behaviors that we have to do every single day. You cannot effectively show up for yourself. You cannot show up for your team, for your family, without growing mentally. It is so important. Before I joined, I didn't really know anything about personal development. I never did it. I didn't think that I needed it. But once I started reading personal development books and fueling my mind with positivity, and applying the things that I learned every single day, that's when I really started to see the growth. I really started to find myself becoming more confident. I just found more strength within me. I started kind of coming out of my shell and doing things that were out of my comfort zone, things that were not comfortable for me, things that I would never have thought that I would be doing, like speaking, in front of all of you beautiful ladies. Public speaking, I was like deathly afraid of, but the more that I started doing it because of personal development, the more I became confident. So it's just really, really important to continue to grow your mind every single day. And I like to read in the mornings, about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and really focus on what I'm learning and apply it. And again, that's why, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I'm so grateful for all of these women, and I'm so grateful for this all being introduced to me, and for just everything. It's just been it's so transformative for me. So I'm actually going to go ahead and end, and I'm going to hand this over to Lindsay. She is a beautiful, wonderful mom of a middle school girl, I think. And she works like 3 jobs, and she is kicking some butt. So Lindsay, there you go.
Thanks, Max. Yeah, she's just about middle school. She's 9 going on, and I know like every parent says this, right? So I know all you mamas and papas out there can totally relate to this. She's 9 going on like 18. Every second of every single day. It's unbelievable. Don't let your kids get old. Just don't let them grow up. Sometimes it's just better if they stay little forever. So hi guys, I'm Lindsay, And I've been a coach for a little over a year now, maybe almost a year and a half. I joined at the end of, oh my God, what year are we in? 2016? No, 2018, 2016, I think I joined, something like that. Year and a half. It's been like a year and a half. It's been a really long day for me. So I'm kind of a little all over the place. And I'm sweaty and gross right now because Mags is right. I work multiple jobs. A lot of it is because I can't say no. I work multiple jobs, and it's because I love what I do. And I taught a spin class tonight. I had team training, group trainings, and clients tonight. So I'm still kind of sweaty. And I'm sure you probably saw me moving around. It's because I don't know if you guys, happens to you guys when you get sweaty and then you sit in your nasty clothes, you get cold. I get so cold. And there's a heater in my room and it kicked on. So I was like, oh, I'm going to come sit next to the heater. So I'm directly in front of my heater right now and it's glorious. So that's my situation at this current moment in time. It feels so good on my back. So my life is a little bit crazy. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about is fitting it all in. And I'm not going to use the word time management, but some of it kind of is. And some of it is also prioritizing, but also recognizing that, you know what, life happens and there's not really too much you can do about it. So understanding what your priorities are and having the flexibility and the ability to understand that it's important for you and that regardless of, you still need to be able to fit it in at some point and making it part of your daily routine. And that there really isn't, if your life is incredibly crazy like mine, sometimes there's not necessarily an option for you to really have exceptions if it's important for you. But if it does get crazy, then that's okay as well too. So I've been active like my whole life, pretty much. You know, when I was younger, I played sports. I was on multiple rec teams. And my poor parents, when I think about it now with everything my daughter does, I'm like, oh my Lord, they drove me everywhere. Like, it's, as my daughter does more, I'm like, I feel like I need to give my parents gas money for all the years that they drove me around. Oh my God. I did so much. I played basketball, I played softball, I ran track, I danced, I ran, I think I did a whole bunch of stuff and was on multiple teams. And then even once I, graduated from high school, I still tried to stay as active as I possibly could from college. And then from college straight into my adult life as well too. I don't think I know how to be any other way. I like to constantly be moving. I have a lot of energy, so it's better for the world if I burn it off, really. So I keep myself pretty active. Years ago, maybe right after my daughter was born, maybe a year after she was born, a friend approached me, that I worked at my job with, and asked if I wanted to do an athletic event with her. Like, let's do a relay race, let's run. And from there, my competitive habit or hobby took off. And since then, I've embarked on and competed in anything I could basically get my hands on because it was a new challenge for me. And I liked to know that, or see, I shouldn't say no. I like to see myself excel at it, and I would set new goals and then just reach for them. At first it started off to be something that was fun. And then I was like, I think I can do this. So it went from being like, this is a really fun thing to do, to me like, I just really want to do this and I want to be better at it. So I worked hard at it, right? And then children get older and life gets in the way and jobs happen and life gets chaotic and things sort of started to kind of make it more difficult for me to really stay consistent with my training. And because of that, my racing started to suffer. And because my racing started to suffer, my attitude got kind of junky. And because my attitude got kind of junky, my habits got kind of junky. Because everything was getting junky, I started gaining weight. And that had never happened to me before. And a lot of it also is age as well too. I ain't a spring chicken anymore. I'm getting older. And I just wasn't doing the right things to adapt with my current situation. I wasn't answering what was directly in front of me. Instead of dealing with it head on, I kind of just kept doing the same thing and it just wasn't working. And then however long ago, 2017, 2016, Sarah reached out to me from multiple posts I had on Facebook. And Sarah and I have known each other since college. So we've been connected for a long time. And she was brilliant enough to notice that through my post that, I needed something else. So she reached out to me and was like, and it was like the perfect timing. She was like, it was almost sort of like she knew what I was thinking in my head. And she sent me a Facebook message and was like, hey, I saw your post about, needing to stay consistent. I can't remember exactly what it was, and making sure that you focus on your goal, but sometimes that you're lacking something. What do you think you're lacking? And I was like, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, you should try these amazing programs that I'm doing right now. I think that you could really benefit from it. And I thought, you know what? I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I'm stagnant. I have no idea what to do. So yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do it. And 2 weeks into my very first program, I started feeling different. And I was like, oh my God, is this what better feels like? It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then it just kept going on from there. So once my first program ended, the next one came up, which was Core de Force, and I went bonkers over that. I think I did that program like 15 times in a row. It's so good. And I just haven't looked back since then. The programs are absolutely amazing. And they've made me a better mom, a better wife, a better person, a better friend, and a better athlete. I qualified last year through, and this is just 1 year from doing programs, applying correct nutrition, adding in Shakeology to my diet, using the performance line. Within a 6 or 7 month period, I rank advanced 3 times and qualified for the World Championships for obstacle course racing and competed on behalf of Team USA. It's basically the OCR Olympics on behalf of Team USA in Toronto, Canada this past October. It's the most amazing thing that I've ever done. And I literally, even the entire time, was like, I can't believe I'm here right now. This is insane. But I never would have made it if it wasn't for these programs. And I scream that to the mountaintops to anybody that will listen to me, because it's the honest to God truth. So now I'm embarking on a new goal, and I'm just dying and just determined to qualify for the Boston Marathon, which has been something that I've wanted to do forever. And it's an incredibly hard thing to do. Thankfully, age in this case is on my side, because my qualifying time is not as hefty as if I had tried to do this when I was younger. So, but I still need to qualify, and it's a very aggressive training plan. But thanks to everything that has been provided to me and the base that I've developed, I'm totally going to do this, guys. Like, there is nothing stopping me except for myself. So this is where balance comes into play. I'm a full-time mama. I'm a full-time wife. I work a full-time job for a nonprofit that is not just 40 hours a week. My average week at work just for my job is anywhere between, busy periods can be honestly 80 hours a week. So my minimum is anywhere between 50 to 60 hours a week just for my job. And on top of that, I also am a personal trainer, and I teach group exercise classes, and I do team trainings and group trainings and things along those lines. So it's like I'm nonstop. I had a friend say to me the other day that she doesn't know anyone that fits in as much of their day as I do. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I'm sure there's so many other, I know there's so many other people that do so much more than I do, but it does, I'm busy. I'm really busy. But this has such an unbelievable impact in my life. Like last night I was doing my program. My daughter came blowing in from the other room away from the TV just to jump in to do it with me. And she finished the second half of the program with me. Like, this is the impact that it's had on my life. So even though I'm crazy, I can see the difference that it's making, not just for me, but for my family as well too. And the people around me, how much more centered I am, how happier I am, how I deal with problems a lot better than I used to, how I deal with stress a lot better than I used to. It's overall made me I feel like the best version of me that I can possibly be at this point. And there's only opportunities and room to just get better. And everybody has that opportunity to be able to do this. Like, these beautiful women and everyone else that we've met in this journey have, we do Facebook chats, we get on Zooms like this, we're able to converse all the time, and I'm not always able to hop on. But the wonderful thing is that when I am, I can hop on and pick up right where everyone left off and jump in, and it's like, I'm there in the heat of it with everyone else, even in the middle of my busy days. And I make sure that I've got the time to be able to get it in, because I know how good it is for me. And I know, guys, it's literally changed my life. It would never be where I am right now if I didn't do this. I would not be where I am or who I am right now if I didn't do this. It's the most amazing thing and the smartest thing that I've ever done. And it was kind of like a all right, I guess I'll try it because I don't know what else to do, to being like, why didn't I do this before? Why did I not try this before? This is what's been missing. And it's literally completed every aspect of everything that I've needed and have been looking for. So if you are even on the fence in any way, shape, or form, if you're like, I work a full-time job, I commute, I have kids, I have different things that I need to be able to focus on, it's still possible. It's still possible. Guys, those are your reasons. Those are your reasons to make it all happen, not excuses. You get your workouts in, you prioritize your personal development, you make sure you get that proper nutrition because you've got other folks watching you and there's other people that are impacted by the decisions that you make. So it's possible. Don't think that you don't have the time because you do. You absolutely can do this, and it will change your entire life, And I'm pretty sure I've been rambling on forever. So I'm going to throw it back. I believe I'm going back to Sarah. Amy.
Hello. Okay, so Lindsay, thank you for that. One thing that Lindsay didn't mention, guys, is that while she's doing all this other stuff, she's also training for a full marathon, which, just to give you an idea, her average runs, I think, are like 11 miles a day. Am I wrong?
I'm at this point now that this plan is so aggressive because I'm looking to qualify that this week alone I will run a total of 70 miles by the time I finish my run on Sunday. So it's a lot of miles a week, and
which is also a lot of time. So that's another thing that she does in addition to her coaching, that her coaching also helps her do, which is kind of cool how it all intertwines. Okay, so anyway, I am Amy Balco, and I don't know if they're saving the best for last or they're hiding me at the end, but I do get super nervous when I talk. You guys can't see it, but my armpits are super sweaty. I am super nervous right now. So if I stumble on my words, if I talk too fast, please forgive me. I'm just a human. So my journey with Team Beachbody starts, actually, it technically starts in like 2013 when I saw someone talking about 21-day fix, got really excited to lose the baby weight from child number 1, joined a challenge group, spent like $400 on food because this coach didn't coach me the right way, and I just bought everything that was on the food list. And then on day 1 of the challenge group, I found out I was pregnant with child number 2 and had to shelve everything. So as you can guess, I then had a second child. I worked for a cellular giant. I was in the retail field for a cellular giant. I achieved my career goal, guys, in 8 years. That goal that I was supposed to hit when I was 60 or 65 years old, I hit when I was 33. What do you do with your life after that, right? So part of my job, and I really loved my job, I got to interact with people all the time. I got to help develop people into leaders. I got to solve problems, and I was good at it. And who doesn't like something that they're good at, right? It makes you feel kind of nice when you're good at something. But part of my job was working a lot. You kind of heard it with Lindsay. On a good week, I was working 60 hours a week. I had 150 employees, and I had to be available to them anytime the stores were open. So you're talking 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday, 11 to 7 on Sunday. No downtime. So with my first child, it wasn't bad. My husband is a police officer. He works second shift. So there was only a little bit of overlap, and we had someone come to the house and take care of her. But when we started thinking about logistically child number 2, how that was going to change things, my dream has always been to stay home with my kids. I am someone who believes that I want to raise my kids. I want to do everything that I can for them. And listen, working at least 60 hours a week and sometimes being up to 2.5 hours away from home if there was an emergency just wasn't cutting it. So I decided not to go back to work. So in this 8 years of my career with the cellular giant, I learned a lot. I also gained a lot of weight because I was taking care of everybody else. Those 150 people, yeah, I was like mama bear to them. And every time they had a problem, I was really ready to be a mom by the time it happened because I was so used to taking care of everybody else. But poor nutrition, eating on the go, as women, we tend to not take care of ourselves until everyone else is taken care of. That puts a toll on us. It puts a toll on our body. It puts a toll on our health. And we don't think of it that way. So after child number 2, everything evened out. After I was home from work, I had 40 extra pounds that I needed to get rid of. Now, smart, educated woman, right? I ran track in high school. I got a track scholarship in college, which I blew in the first year because I like to drink more than actually go to practice. But we won't talk about that. That's a different day, different story. I decided I was going to run. I was like, I know how to run. I'll lose weight. It'll be great. But listen, if you weigh 40 pounds more than you ever have in your like active life, and you decide you're going to train like you're running a marathon in 2 weeks, your body's not going to be happy with you. And I got injured. Pretty seriously. I had to go to a podiatrist, and he told me, I want you to get surgery. And I said, oh, no. I want to try to fix this first. I still have a massive heel spur, which is what he wanted to do surgery for. I had plantar fasciitis and I had bursitis pretty severely. Then he wanted to give me a cortisone shot, and I said, no. I don't want a Band-Aid. I want to fix the problem. So he reluctantly agreed to send me to PT, but what he didn't know is that this girl's a hard worker. I worked my butt off. I fixed the problem. Basically got the clear. He said, okay, fine. I can't believe this is happening, but you don't need surgery. But the problem was still there. The weight was still there. That was my problem. Guys, I could not even walk up a flight of stairs without having to rest for like 10 minutes to play with my kids. It was awful. I was tired all the time. I was so bitchy all the time because I was miserable. I didn't like how I looked. I liked even less how I felt. I was worried about how I was going to keep up with my kids as they kept getting older, and I knew I needed to do something. And that's when I saw one of my friends, a different coach, post on Facebook about a new program that was 22 minutes long. And I was like, 22 minutes? I can do that. I got to try something. I got to try something different. Guys, I lost 27 pounds in the first 2 rounds of this program, and I fell in love. And it's not just the program, right? As I mentioned before, I consider myself a smart, educated woman. I didn't know how to eat. I didn't know what portions to eat. Guess what? Chicken nuggets are not good for you, even if they're whole grain chicken nuggets. I didn't know that. A lot of you probably don't know that. And that's okay. So I am somebody who likes to help people. I like to change lives. That's what I like to do. And I thought to myself, if I don't know this stuff, there's probably so many other women who don't know this stuff. There's so many women I can help who are in the same situation, who feel worse about themselves every day, but I can help them take control. And that's what I did. At first I was like, all right, I'm going to help like 2 people a month. I'm going to pay for my Shakeology because, you know, you can do that as like, I'll go into this in a little bit because I'm going to talk about how you make money, and I know you all want to hear that. So I just wanted to help like 2 people a month. Great, enough to pay for my Shakeology, good to go, no big deal. So I ran my first challenge group. I filled it with 25 people. Oops, overdoer here. And this is where it gets serious. I will never forget one of the girls in my challenge group. She's still with me today, almost 2 years later. She had postpartum depression, and she was pretty open about it, but she was never open with how severe it was. And one day, I might cry talking about this because this is what like did it for me. One day I got a message from her, and she said, you don't know this, but without you, I probably would be dead. And I'm like, what do you mean? Her postpartum depression was so bad that she was thinking about harming her children, and she'd rather harm herself. And if I hadn't checked in on her and kept her accountable, she didn't know what would have happened. I told you. And that was my aha moment. That was my, oh my God, I can actually change people's lives. I can help them change their lives. I want to do this forever. That's where the book closes. I'm still in. I'll be in forever. Those messages that you get about how somebody was able to do something, how you saved their life, those happen, guys, all the time for us. And you wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it. And, you know, I've helped women be able to get pregnant after years of not being able to get pregnant because they couldn't get the weight off. I've helped women get lower life insurance quotes because they were able to drop some weight. I have helped women run 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. And it's because of them, but me connecting them with the tools and supporting them. And that is what I love about this. But you want to know what I love even more? We get paid for this. Yes, we do. All right. So that's what this is all about. I am a businesswoman. Oh, my hair is so crazy, guys. I'm so sorry. don't know what's happening. So I'm a businesswoman. As I mentioned, I was in a cellular retail giant, so I know how to run a business. I know what a successful business looks like. I know about profit. I know about, all of that stuff. So when I decided to do this, I did my research. And when I tell you that this is one of the best MLMs in the world, I am not shitting you. This MLM, because that's what we are, we're a network marketing company, a multi-level marketing company, does not have a ceiling. Do you know what that means? Some people just assume that's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are, no, this is not a pyramid scheme. Every organization is in the shape of a pyramid, but in pyramid schemes, it's impossible to earn more than the people above you. Not the case with this. There are people who sign up under one coach and earn millions more than them. Yeah, millions with an M. So here's how we make money, right? There's two ways to make money. One is by commission on products that we sell. 25%, pretty awesome, right? And some are a little bit more, some there's an added bonus. So the company definitely takes very good care of us. It wants us to do a good job because guess what? Their programs work, their products work, and they want to keep their reputation stellar. And how do they do that? By attracting high-performing coaches by paying them well, right? So you can make money with commission or you can make money by building your team, teaching them how to do things, teaching them how to help others, and then you get a piece of their pie. You're not taking it away from them. The company's funding it in addition to the 25% it's giving them. If you do both, you are unstoppable, okay? So when you sign up to be a coach, obviously you get paid for helping people. You get paid just for caring about people. You get paid just for checking in on people. You get paid just for connecting people with tools and a support system that work and will change their lives if they do it the right way. Okay, what other perks do we get? Well, I'm so glad you asked that. So some of you may have seen a bunch of Beachbody coaches posting about some trips. Now, I have to make corporate happy, right? So there is no guarantee for payment. Each individual coach is based on his or her level of, action, whatever. Basically, if you don't work for it, you're not going to get money. Don't cry about it, right? If you work for it, though, you can get money and you can get a lot of money and a lot of awesome things. So perks, trips. So yesterday, which is very exciting to me, I was able to book my 2019 trip for how I performed in 2017. I helped a lot of people last year. So because of that, Beachbody is rewarding me by sending my husband and I on an all expenses paid cruise to the Bahamas next year. Now, my husband has never been on a cruise, and I've only been on one in my life. So are we excited? Hell yeah, we're excited. In April of this year, I will be going to Riviera Maya in Mexico, maybe with my husband. He's a little nervous about the safety aspect. So we may be going as a family to that. Again, Beachbody funded based on working and helping people and making the home the healthiest place in people's lives, right? So what other perks do you have? I already mentioned programs that work, nutrition that works. Shakeology will change your life and change your body. You heard Sarah talk at the beginning, and you heard her talk about her testimony a little bit more. But one thing I want to hone in on is she had stomach problems for years, significant stomach problems after her third child, to the point where her children thought she was dying. She changed her nutrition. She started drinking Shakeology every day. And have you not had a flare-up? She hasn't had a flare-up, right? How many people do you know that have digestive issues or have problems with certain foods? You can help them with that, with Shakeology and with teaching them about nutrition. And by the way, one of the biggest problems we get, I don't know about nutrition. Listen, you learn as you go. Beachbody provides us all of the materials, all of the resources that we need to be able to answer questions. We're not doctors. We don't pretend to be doctors. We don't play doctors on TV, but there are certain things that we can help guide people with when it comes to nutrition. And Shakeology is a big part of that, okay? So that's a huge perk. We also have an unparalleled performance line. So when you get to be in a more athletic frame of mind and you're doing more intense workouts, like Lindsay is a great example of this. Some of you may have heard of the Ironman races. They're a pretty big deal. If you haven't heard of them, no big deal. Look them up, though. Did you do 5 Ironman? Jesus, Lindsay, good for you. But anyway, Ironman has earned the right to be very selective over what products they promote what products they put their name on and what products they say, hey, you should use this, it's good for you. Guess what? They picked our performance line. They promote our pre-workout, which is all natural. It's called Energize. They promote our overnight recovery, which is called Recovery. No, that's wrong. It's called Recharge. And then they also promote our after workout supplement, I believe, which is called Recover. We also offer a during workout supplement called Hydrate. Guys, all of our stuff is all natural. It's good for your body. The heart of this company is making, you're the home and the family the healthiest that they can be. And that's a huge perk. Other perks, you get workouts with super trainers. You get quarterly events that you can go to where you get to see people face to face. You get first dibs on workout programs. Now, the old company I work for, if a new phone came out, you think we were able to get it? Hell no. We had to wait. Not with Beachbody. They're like, hey, we need our coaches to have this first so that they can help everybody else do it the right way. So I've worked out with, 2 or 3, maybe 4 super trainers just last year because I went to our annual event in New Orleans. I traveled there, which I never would have done. And then after our annual event in New Orleans, I brought my family down there, including my mom and dad, for a week because they had never been either. That's the kind of opportunity this is. You get to change people's lives. You get to make money doing it. You get to travel. You get first dibs on stuff, and you get to be the healthiest you'll ever be. And you know what that means? It means you're going to live longer. Sit on that for a minute, right? Just let that sink in. But you get to give those gifts to other people. So I'm looking down at my notes because, as I mentioned, I get very nervous and I probably have been talking all over the place. I don't want to forget anything. At the beginning, Mary Ann mentioned being a discount coach. So guys, even if you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm really unsure, I don't know how to do this. First, I want to appease your mind there. We offer an amazing training program. So while you own your own business, oh yeah, you get to be your own business owner too. How sweet is that? While you own your own business and run your own business, we provide you training and support because we want you to be able to help people. We want you to do this the right way. And as I mentioned before, Beachbody is a world-class organization and they want to make sure that their coaches are up to snuff. So it's not like you're out there and be like, oh, good luck. No, we walk you through, we hold your hand, we make sure we give you everything that you need to be successful, right? But Mary Ann mentioned before signing up to be a discount coach, if you decide to do nothing else, that's fine. You'll still get the 25% discount on all of our products. So what does that mean? You can have Shakeology every month and it's not going to cost you retail. 25% is a huge discount, guys. Huge. It's awesome. So that's one of the options too. Now, if you guys have any questions, please pop them in the feed on Facebook and we'll answer them after this. And we do have some commonly asked questions that we'll ask just in case there's crickets over there. But you may be wondering, so how do I sign up? The first thing you do is you reach out to the coach who sent you here. If you're in this group because I added you and we chatted about it, reach out to me. Be like, girl, what's next? I can't wait. I want to run through a wall. Or I want a discount. Either one is pretty awesome. But there's 2 different ways. There is a fee to sign up to be a coach. It's $40, okay? So $40. You're signed up, you've got the discount, you can start making money if that's what you want to do. You can start the training program, wait a little bit, $40 to open your own business. Isn't that crazy? $40 and you have your own business. But wait, it gets better. You want that $40 waived? Oh, well, let me hook you up with that. For $160, which sounds more than $40, right? It is more than $40, but let me tell you what you get. So for $160, you are going to get 1 year of unlimited streaming access to all of our programs, all between 700 and 800 of them. What that means is not only will you be able to show up every day for yourself and your health journey, you're going to be able to help your people do the same thing, the people that want to join you and that you want to help. You'll have access to what programs might work for them. So that's included. You also get your first month of Shakeology for that $160, and we're going to waive that $40 coaching fee. Okay, there's some other freebies in there as well, but those are the 2 ways to sign up. Whichever you choose is just fine. We're not gonna judge you on it. And a couple of things I wanted to say. A lot of people say, you know what, this sounds so awesome, but I need to be 20 pounds lighter to start my journey. No, that's a mistake. And let me tell you why that's a mistake. If I had started sharing my journey when I first started doing that 22-minute program, I would have been able to take everybody with me. While I lost every pound of that 27 pounds, I would have been able to share what was working for me. I would have been able to share what was not working for me. I would have been able to share when I was having good day, bad day. You get it, right? So do not think that you need to be fit or need to be where you want to be to start this. That's a mistake. Second mistake, well, I don't know anything about fitness. I don't know anything about health. Girl, me neither. Me neither. When I first started this, I thought that chicken nuggets were healthy. I'm just going to say that. I did know that soda wasn't good for you. Still holds true. But I didn't know things like water. You should drink 50% of your water in ounces every day. A lot of people don't know that, but that's how much you should drink. I didn't know that 2/3 of Americans are chronically dehydrated. But those are things that I've learned along this journey as I'm researching and just listening to what other people have to say. So you don't need to be a fitness professional. You don't need to be a nutrition professional. You don't need to be a professional. Like, be polite, right? But you don't need to be a professional. You just need to have a heart for helping others and be ready to work. Because guys, this is a business. Having your own business is not, it's not just an easy free ride, right? You got to put in the work. But if you're willing to work, there are great rewards. All right, you guys are probably so sick of hearing my voice. I'm so sorry I went on for so long. I get passionate. I get sweaty armpits. But now I'm going to hand it back to Sarah. She's going to talk a little bit about closing it out and how exactly you can get a prize. Sarah? Let me unmute you. There you go. You're unmuted.
I think we're both pressing the button. Unmute. Okay, guys. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. It really has been a pleasure to have you here. We hope that this has given you a little bit of insight into what our lives are like, why we started, why we got here. I mean, guys, if you are skeptical about this, do not think that every one of us sitting right here were also just as skeptical before we started this. But, you know, we most of us started with a program and we went from there. And honestly, within a few weeks, for me, I knew that it was right. And I think that happened for most of you too. So, you know, maybe that's the case for you. And as Amy shared with you, in order for you to join with us, it's actually really simple. Reach out to the coach that invited you to check out this group and, you know, let them know, hey, I think I want to check this out. I think this is for me. And guys, if you're feeling a little bit scared, that's probably a really good sign that that is exactly what you should do. Because honestly, that's exactly how I felt. And you guys don't know this about me, but I was a professional dancer. Okay. So been in fitness my whole life really because of that. And when I remember saying to my coach, I don't know if I can do this. Like I'm a little scared. And she's like, that means you should do it. So, you know, if you're having that feeling where you're a little bit scared, it's okay to ask a lot of questions and it's okay to be a little bit scared and just do it anyway. Because really at the end of it, what comes out of it? Well, the worst thing that could possibly happen is you may be in better health and you may have lost weight and you may be sleeping better, eating better, happier, a better mom, a better wife, a better friend. You may be, right? That might be the worst thing that happens to you. And the best thing that may happen to you is that this may absolutely change your life. Okay, so I did want to share with you guys that you can actually win a prize for signing with us or joining with us, I guess I should say, we're going to put an end date on this group for Monday. So all of you popping in here, but typically it is not uncommon for coaches that when they're bringing on new coaches to be generous in that way because we know how scary it is. We know how hard it is to make that first step. And we really want to reach out to you and pull you in and let you know that, you know, this really is a warm and welcoming place and we are super happy that you are here. So that's it. Thank you for joining us again tonight. We're so pleased you were here. Have a great night. Bye, guys.